Hey, I'm Stephanie Forryan, and it's Tech Talk time.
Tech Talk, Tech Talk,
Time to talk tech. On this week's edition of my web series about the techniques and technology behind the creative process, I'd like to take a look at the idea of getting started, whether it's on just a new project or an entirely new creative endeavor. Sometimes getting started has its own pitfalls, and for me, at least, most of them tend to be mental. So today I thought I would take a look at my 3 biggest pitfalls when it comes to getting started on a new project. When I was first getting started in music, and when I first started making videos, I remember thinking the same thing to myself. I'm not good enough yet. I can't perform because I'm not good enough yet. I can't put a video online because I'm not good enough yet. And the good and honest answer is I wasn't good enough yet. But if I'm being honest with myself, I don't think I'm good enough yet now either. But the reality of being an artist is that you're never good enough. And that's exactly what makes it exciting, because you're on a journey and you don't know what's around the corner. And I have a feeling that the day that I finally become good enough, that's the day I'm going to get bored with it all. Every time I'm asked to take a new job where I think, I don't know if I'm good enough to do that, I say yes. I've learned just to jump in and do my best, because maybe I'm not good enough. But the only way I'm going to get any better and gain the experience I need to become good at something is by doing it. So yes, maybe you're not good enough, but that's no excuse not to start. The second thing that I have told myself sometimes is that I just don't have the right gear. I don't have a good enough microphone. Oh, my guitar doesn't have a pickup. Oh, my camera isn't good enough. These are all things that I've told myself. And yes, gear can make your life easier, but the reality is equipment is never going to make or break your creativity. And if you can learn to work with what you've got, then that is huge. Because if you could take a really great picture with a really poopy camera, imagine what you could do when you finally get your hands on a really good camera. So use what you've got to develop skills that you'll be able to use no matter what. And what I've found is that using some of that really not so great equipment taught me a lot of things that have kind of shaped the way I sound and the way I work now that I have access to a little bit better equipment. So I would say it's actually an important step on the creative process, learning how to work in situations that aren't ideal. The third thing that I used to think to myself was I was just worried that I was going to fail. And the reality was, oh boy, have I failed. When I think of all of the failures in my life, personal, professional, I can't even begin to count them because there's so many. But they've been very valuable because, number one, life as an artist is about experimenting, and not every experiment is going to work. And that's totally okay because you learn from them. But what I've also learned about failure is that it is not a concrete floor that you fall onto and go splat. Failure is more like a trampoline. And the more you fail, the more you kind of exercise your muscles jumping up and down on that trampoline. And over time, you learn how to jump farther and higher and faster than you ever could before. So now that I have failed so much and I'm still here, I just think to myself, maybe failure isn't so bad. Are you currently in the midst of embarking upon a new creative endeavor? Are you dealing with similar challenges to me? Or do you have different doubts that plague you? Or are you just fearless? Am I the only one? I hope that you'll share it with me in the comments, because I would love to hear about other people's creative process as well. Other than that, I'd just like to say thank you for choosing to spend some of your time with me today. I hope you have a wonderful week, and that I'll see you soon for some more Tech Talk time. Bing!